Alright, so we're doing the review for Chapter 2B here. You can find all this vocabulary on page 124. I will not be telling you the answers because you can find it there. If you don't have your textbook at home with you, which you probably don't, you can go to the school's website, wrong page, right here. Okay, so I have gone to, hold on a second. Alright, I have gone to orhs.conroysd.net/teachers/T-Mershan, and if you just get that far, it'll take you to my website right here, and if you'll scroll down to online textbook information, it'll bring you to this page. All you got to do is copy this number right here because it's under the Realidades 2 for Spanish 2 students. Right click it and hit copy, and then click on that link to Pearson, and then click register here, put in that code, and then you should be able to put in a student name, username. So let's say immersion student test. Nobody's got that name. Put in whatever password you want, put it in again, and then give yourself a helper. And then hit register. Once you're online, oh, it's going to make me actually log in. Once you're online, the textbook will show up here, and if you just click on it, and right here, sorry, this is cut off, but this just says Capítulo 1A, 1B. We're on 2B, so you can do it this way, and you can literally see every page in the book, okay? Or you can just go to this little box right here and type in 124, and it's going to pull up all that vocabulary that you need to fill out. Okay, so that's how to get into the book, and let's move on. Okay, so we're going to pretend that we filled that out, but like I told you in class today, this is mandatory, so you do need to log into the textbook and get that done. And the link I just showed you is correct, so if you had tried to log into the textbook before and it didn't work, it's fixed now. Okay, so these otras palabras importantes are words that obviously you should know. They're from last year, or maybe you didn't even learn them, but they might be on your test, so just keep an eye out for them. They're not going to be like, tell me what this word means, but it might be part of a sentence. Alright, so barato is cheap. Next one. Bonito is cute. Next one. Caro is expensive. And by the way, there's two sections here, so it looks more like this. Right there. Let's have a dividing line going on there. It's a straight line. Alright. Okay, moving on. See the next one. Feo means ugly. Told you in class how to memorize that one. Moving on, we've got grande. Hopefully y'all know that. Grande means big. Alright, and the next one, nuevo. In my opinion, it actually sounds like what it means, which is new. If you say it correctly, it starts with that new, nuevo. Pequeño is small, which is ironic because it's a huge word for little. And the last one, viejo, is the only one left over, and it does mean old. So there's our matching there. Alright, next section, buscar. This is important. It's probably going to be on this test. Buscar, you get in a bus, you get in a car to go and look for something. Next one, bus and car. It's got that in the word. Okay. Comprar is to buy. That should make sense because hopefully the next one, by the way, is ir de compras, and y'all are pretty good about knowing that one. Means to go shopping. So it literally means to go buying. And so that would be to buy. Okay. Pagar is to pay for or to pay. And that leaves us with the last one, vender, meaning to sell. And again, think about it. Vender looks a lot like the word vendor, and a vendor is somebody who sells something. So we're done with that part. Alright, so to talk about actions that were completed in the past, you use the preterite tense, When conjugating a verb in the preterite form, first you remove the AR, ER, or IR ending. And AR preterite endings are aste, o, amos, aron. ER preterite endings are iste, io, imos, ieron. Same thing over here. The only reason there's 3 charts here is there's a little song. Yes, I will sing it for you. You're welcome. Please, please don't post this. All right. To the tune of Frere Jacques, or Are You Sleeping, Brother Jean? So, aste, iste, iste, o, io, amos, imos, aron, yeron. Get it? All right. So there's the chart. So the first thing I'm doing, like I just said, was removing the AR, ER, or IR ending. And that is going to leave me with receive. And, hey, thanks for working there. All right. So I'm going to be left with receive. And then I need to look at the subject. So I'm going to circle the subject. Bank, format. Sorry you're watching this. It's just quicker. And fill. Okay. Anyway, so there's my subject, yo. I start at the top. I just remove the IR, which means I need to use the ER/IR chart, which is the same. We've already discussed that. So I start at the top of the left-hand side because yo is a singular word, and I know that because it does not end in an S. So yo is a singular word, so I start at the top left and I say, does the thing I circled include the word yo? Oh, look at that. Yes, it does. So I stop there, and I'm going to put the I with an accent on the end, and I am done. So I'm going to go through here and circle the subject for the rest of these, and also remove the ending for the rest of these so that we can move on. But before I do, and this is something you need to write on your test somewhere, I'm going to put it right here, and I'm going to put it in bright colors. A verb that ends in CAR turns to QUE with an accent, only in the yo form. A verb that ends in GAR turns to GUE, only in the yo form. And a verb that ends in DAR turns to CE. Now you notice that all of these are still ending in an E with an accent, which is what they would do anyway because they're an AR verb. And don't forget, in the yo form only, what you need to do is remove all 3 of the letters. Instead of just removing the AR ending, you need to remove CAR and replace it with QUE. Okay? So keep that in mind when I go through and do the rest of this. But don't forget that you need to ask yourself the question. There's 2 things that have to happen. Is it a car, gar, or zar verb? And that's easy to tell. There's a car, gar, there's a gar verb, there's a zar verb, there's a car verb. So is it a car, gar, or zar verb? If it is, put a little check mark next to it or highlight it. But then you also have to look over here and say, is it in the yo form? If it is, great, we got something special going on. If it's not, then don't worry about it, and it's a regular verb and you conjugate it the way you normally would. Okay? So, okay. So I've got all of my subjects circled, and I've got my stems or my roots done. And again, the way I did that was I got rid of those last 2 letters on each verb. Okay? That's all you had to do. Remove the AR, so I know I need to move the use the AR chart. All right. So I've got compro, and my subject here is one person, mi amiga. Now, when you see this me or te, le, me te le, nos les, right before the blank, ignore it. If you have a question, if you see something like this on the test, you see 3 words like that, or 1 word, 2 words, and it's got may right before the blank, and you're confused as to who the subject is, come and see me. I'll talk you through it. But the point is, that is an indirect object pronoun, which we haven't even learned about yet. So, anyway, so we've got mi amiga. That's one person, clearly. It's not got an S on it. It doesn't include the word and. and it's an AR verb, so I'm going to start on the top left, and I'm going to say, does it include the word yo? No, it doesn't. Does it include the word to? Nope. So O with an accent, oops, is my answer. Great, I was hoping I would get a hiccup. Next one, two people. It's an AR verb. Start at the top right and say, does it include the word yo or nosotros? Yes, it does include the word yo, so it's amos. Next one, it is a yo verb and it's a gar verb, which means, if I scroll right back up here, gar goes to gay. Oh, tee hee hee. There we go, pagué. Alright, this one is secret answer 2, by the way. You won't have anything that looks like that on your test, and I'm very sorry that I did that to you. But basically, how would you have known it? Because I'm saying something about worked at HEB last night, and since I didn't use anybody's name, it makes the most sense, as it is a question right here, that I would be saying to you, did you work at HEB last night? But that was a really tricky one. So it's an AR verb. Start at the top left. Does it include the word yo? No. Does it include the word to? Yes, it does. So the answer here is paste. Next one. Again, this is a car verb. It ends in car, and it is the yo form. So that means I'm going to change the car out and put K. So that would be how I finish that one off. Let me move that guy out of the way. Alright, moving on. Yo almor, and again, this is a zar verb, and this got moved. Oops. The subject there is me. Again, this is a really tough one. It's an implied subject. So it says, I ate at Papado with my dad yesterday. Basically, blank ate at Papado with my dad yesterday. The most likely thing you would say is, I ate at Papado with my dad yesterday. So let's put a say on that. Mis amigas encontraron, because it's plural, it's an AR verb, and it does not include the word yo or nosotros, so it was aron. Next one, all I did here was separate the say, put it at the beginning, and then put probar, and then I removed the AR ending. So now I need to look at this and say, Marta y tú, how many people is that? It is more than one. So on the me, te, say, nos, say chart, it would be say, because it doesn't include the word yo or nosotros. So say is going to stay how it is. And then probe is going to be aron. It's an AR verb, and it doesn't include the word yo or nosotros. Next one, nosotros gastamos. To know, it's an ER verb. Finally, we got one of those. It's a one person. To doesn't include the word yo or nosotros, so it's not yo. Yo or nosotros. It doesn't include the word yo. It does include the word to, so the ending would be iste. Next one, mi amiga Laura. So if you just circled mi amiga, that's fine. If you just circled Laura, that's fine. If you circled mi amiga Laura, that's also fine. It's literally me saying my friend, or Laura, or my friend Laura. As long as you know that that's just one person that I've circled here. So it's one person, it's an AR verb, I start at the top. Does it include the word yo? No, it doesn't. Do not get confused by me. That does not mean yo. If it is not spelled Y-O, then yo is not your subject. So it's not yo. Is it to? Well, that's easy. It's not to. So the answer is oh. Mi amiga Laura compró unos regalos para su familia. And then moving right along here, Laura y tú, that's two people. It's an AR verb. Does not include the word yo or nosotros up here, so it is aron. And then the last one that I can fit right now is it's an ER verb. So I'm going to use this chart right here, and it does include the word yo, which is the top left box. So escogí. Alright, we will do the rest in the next video along with the demonstrative adjectives.